Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. And pray for those who mistreat you. You may be seated. Yesterday, when I preached, I took 16 minutes. Then, this morning, at 8 a.m., service was 18. So for now, maybe 20. Watch a chol, watch a leg, where the Bible, where the peer, where the cherot gum, netiama gerko. Watch a chol, watch a leg, where the Bible, where the peer, where the cherot gum, netiama gerko. Gam kulengu, atie duan anak dat nong eran chidolog juir, chikir to walwag bay. Gam kulengu, atie duan anak dat nong eran chidolog juir, chikir to walwag bay. Watch a chol, watch a leg, where the Bible, where the peer, where the cherot gam, netiama gerko. Watch a chol, watch a leg, where the Bible, where the peer, where the cherot gam, netiama gerko. Gam kulengu, atie duan anak dat nong eran chidolog juir, chikir to walwag bay. Gam kulengu, atie duan anak dat nong eran chidolog juir, chikir to walwag bay. Jesus tells us something extremely hard. Love your enemy. Who can raise his or her hands here and say, I love my enemies? You? We know it is not easy. When people hurt us, our natural reaction is anger and revenge. But Jesus called us to respond with love, prayer, and kindness. He says that loving only those who love us is not enough. Anyone can do that, but his followers are called to love even when there is no reward. This is one of my favorite parts of the gospel. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Beautiful. I love this. Our Father is a merciful God. He has shown us mercy again and again. So why don't we do to others as He did to us? Have a brief history here. Some days back in the refugee camp in Uganda, I volunteered for 3 years with the Red Cross. I believe many of us here have read about South Sudan. The two major tribes are Dinka and Nuer. And they are the one fighting each other. I am originally from the Dinka tribe. While with the Red Cross Society, I used to give services to the refugees across the camp. When I got the opportunity, I said to myself, this might be a task from God. To be honest with you, my father and my older brother were killed by Nuer people. So Dinka and Nuer are great enemies. They could not live together. When I was asked about the opportunity to serve the people, I said, I will start my work with Nuer people and see how they would react. Before that, the Dinka and Nuer people did not visit each other's home. So I started my work with Nuer. Later on, when the Dinka friends, community members, and some of my family members saw that, they started blaming and asking me why I should work for the Nuer. And they were the ones who killed my father and my brother. My answer to them was, what does Jesus tell us in the scriptures? We should love our enemies as ourselves. If there was love among the two communities of Dinka and Nuer, my dad, my older brother, 1,000 of Nuer and Dinka people would have not been killed. Jesus needs us to pay back the evil with good. Later on, I created a lasting peace between the two communities in the refugee camp. And I pray one day, one time, some of you here could witness that in future. Today, they pray together, they play together, and they eat together. I did not think about how my father and my older brother lost their lives. I thought about those who are still alive, and that I did not want them to die. When I came here to San Diego, my first friend was from the Nuer tribe. And I think some of you might know the gentleman who came here with me last year and the previous Sunday. The guy with a green suit. He's a good friend to me. I connected him with a lot of Dinka people here in San Diego. He told Father Colin at St. Luke that Isaiah is a true believer. He said, I have never met a Dinka guy who loved Nuer people like Isaiah. I pray for my enemies. And I do not pay them back with wrong when they wrongs me. In 2020, before COVID, I preached in the church in Juba, the capital of South Sudan. The church was cathedral and was only for the Dinka people. Nuer were not allowed. I preached about love. And I said that we are all human beings, the Dinka, the Nuer, and all the tribes of South Sudan. We have 64 tribes. We have the same soul, the same blood, the same spirit, and we were created by the same God. I asked my Dinka people, why do you always complain about Nuer killing Dinka? And I have never heard any Dinka people say that Nuer are also being killed by the Dinka. In 2013, when the war broke out, thousands of Nuer people were killed by Dinka. When Nuer people came to revenge, we the Dinka people are complaining that the Nuer come to kill us, and we forget what we did to them. Why do we kill Nuer people? And when Nuer come for revenge, we complain. I then said, do not let our leaders drag us into hatred against our brothers and sisters. Our president, our vice president are working toward their own interests. And then we, the poor, the innocent, are dying. All the leaders' children live abroad. They cause these problems, and then we, the innocent people, die because of their problems. Let us not let ourselves be dragged into trouble by them. Let's think about the love that Jesus needs us to have between us. 1 week later, when I was walking around the market in Juba, I was approached by security officers who were Dinka. They told me that I needed to report to their office and explain myself. I was told by my friend that if I went, they would torture me and maybe kill me. Because of the sermon I preached, I had to flee South Sudan and go back to Uganda. Because the people in power did not want the Dinka people to hear about loving their enemies. When Jesus died, he did not die for those who were his friends only. He also died for his enemies. So, how do we be like Jesus? The call to love our enemies is very hard. If you are struggling with this at a time when you see a lot of division, I have one piece of advice for you. Start by praying for your enemies. If you pray for your enemies, you will slowly learn to love them. Prayer can change even the hardest of hearts. So if it is too hard to love your enemies, then start by praying for them. Jesus will show you how to love them. This weekend, we celebrate Martin Luther King Day. As somebody who is new to this country, I did not know much about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I used to hear about his name, but I didn't know who is he. I thought he was a former president. So I had to read about him for this sermon. I was amazed at his life. I read a quote that he said that I think sum up very well everything I preached. So I will leave you with this quote. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I pray for my enemies. Amen.